All right, so in today's video, I'm going to show you guys everything that I'm doing to get shredded for this summer 2025. Everything that I'm doing as far as calories and working out. I'm also going to show you guys a full upper body workout. I'm going to share with you guys tons of tips and tricks that I've learned throughout the last 12 years that I've been working out. I'm sure you guys will get a good amount of value from that. From there, I will show you guys actually a cheat meal because I was in a caloric deficit all week, so I've definitely earned a cheat meal. I'll show you guys kind of what I do to mitigate a lot of the extra surplus calories you can get from a cheat meal and show you guys how you still can enjoy it. So let's get into everything that I'm doing for 2025 to get super lean and shredded for summer. Let's get into it. All right, so as you guys can read at the top here, it is shred season 2025. So my goal right now, as far as this summer, this shred season, my goal is 160 pounds with 8 to 10% body fat. I'm currently at around 173 pounds, 18 to 20% body fat. So how exactly am I gonna get to 8 to 10% body fat at 160 pounds? I created a list here, how to get shredded 101, okay? We're gonna need a couple things here. Most importantly, and why it's number one, a calorie deficit, okay? You are simply not going to lose weight, specifically body fat, unless you're in a calorie deficit. We're gonna do that by weight training, cardio, and 10K steps daily. Number two, we're gonna need to make sure we have a diet made of primarily whole foods. So single ingredient foods, meats, fruits, veggies, rice, things of that nature. We wanna stay away from processed food. You're not gonna be able to digest it quite as well, which might back you up and unfortunately make you hold on to some weight that we don't want to hold on to. Number three, consistency, okay? So showing up, doing what you say you're going to do. That is not only consistency, but that is also discipline. So the two go hand in hand. If you're not consistent, you're probably not disciplined. So consistency, do what you say you're gonna do, show up, do your cardio, do your weight training. That is a huge key to this whole shredded formula. For number four, we have adjustments. So adjustments specifically to food and movement. As you lose weight, you need to adjust your calories and cardio or movement, if you want to call it. So right now I'm 173 pounds. When I get to 165 or 168 per se, my caloric burn daily is not going to be the same as it would be if I was at a heavier weight. So as you lose weight, you also need to adjust the amount of calories that you're eating. In the next section, we have my personal calories, the calories that I'm following every day, how many that I eat per day, and also the training split that I'm doing every day. So this is what I'm doing. There's definitely gonna be some takeaways that you guys can use and some principles that you guys can use in your own calories and your own training. But right now I'm consuming 2,600 calories, and that puts me in around a 500 calorie deficit. So my maintenance calories are around 3,100 calories because I train people in person and I'm on my feet quite a bit. I also work out 5 days per week and I no doubt get 10K steps daily. So my maintenance calories are 3,100 calories and my caloric deficit calories is 2,600 calories. So we're aiming for 200 grams of protein per day. I know that sounds quite high, but if you eat the right foods, it's really not that hard to get that much protein in. The reason why I want to keep the protein high is because it definitely keeps me satiated. It's also super duper important for building muscle. I'm sure you guys have heard that before, but it is very important for building muscle. The one thing we want to pay the most attention to in our diet is the protein, so make sure you keep that high. So my current deficit, like I just said, 500 calories, and as I mentioned earlier, we're gonna adjust weight when my weight stalls. So as I lose weight, I need to adjust either my movement or I need to adjust my calories. All right, cool, good deal. So now we're gonna talk about the training split, okay? And I'm gonna go into more depth about this when I actually show you guys the full upper body workout. But for the training split, we're gonna do Monday push, Tuesday pull, Wednesday legs, rest on Thursday, Friday upper, Saturday lower, and Sunday is a rest day. Okay, so I'm taking 2 rest days and I'm having 5 days of training. I'm also doing 25 minutes of cardio on all of my training days. And as a result of my job and a result of loving to walk, I definitely will get 10K steps per day. That's gonna help not only with my appetite, but it's also gonna help me burn some extra fat. So this is everything I'm doing for this shred season of 2025, from my calories to my training split to some methodologies that we wanna follow in order to actually get lean. This is everything that I'm doing. You guys can zoom in, screenshot this, and apply it to your own training as well, your own, diet. This is what I've used personally, and it's definitely worked a lot. This is also what I use with my clients that I work with, both in person and online. We'll do a lot of these same principles here, and we've seen a lot of good results. I'll share some here on the screen so you guys can see. So now I'm actually gonna head over to the gym, train a couple clients, and then take you guys through a full upper body day workout, share with you guys some tips and tricks that I like to use during that day and just working out in general. And then we will go and have a cheat meal. So stay tuned. All right, I'm gonna take you guys through training a couple of my clients. This is Calvin here. Him and I have been working for a little bit over a year now, and we've seen a lot of progress. We got him down to like 175 pounds. He's around 195 in this video, I believe. We just got him on a nice bulk, and our goal is to get down to around 177 to 180 pounds and see what he looks like when he's nice and shredded. There's Calvin and I just saying bye and kind of just messing around. We always have good vibes whenever we work out together. What does he have to say to the world?
I really got nothing, man. I got nothing.
He's got nothing. He's got absolutely nothing, really. Look at him on the spot. He's shy.
I don't want to get canceled, dude, honestly. I don't want to get canceled.
This is one of my other clients, Jin, and Jim and I have been working together for about 4 months, and her goal is to just get her overall muscle mass up with an emphasis on the glutes. So that's why we're doing Bulgarian split squats there into a barbell hip thrust. I'm just explaining to her that we need to kind of pause at the top just to really get that squeeze in the glutes, and she does great. She works really hard. It's awesome working with her. All right, we are about to start the workout, but first, we're gonna have some pre-workout carbs. This is the Rice Krispie treat I was showing you guys earlier. 150 calories, 29 grams of carbs. Perfect right before the workout. I'm also going to have a little bit of this gorilla mode lightning. So this is 300 milligrams. I'll probably do a half a scoop, honestly, because I'm not trying to die. So yeah, I'm gonna have some of this. I'm gonna dry scoop this, and then yeah, we're gonna start with a little bit of mobility, and then we're gonna go into incline Smith. Okay, so today is a full upper body day actually, and it's probably my favorite day because yeah, the pump is just unmatched, and you get to train chest, back, shoulders, and arms in the same day. Like, how could you not like that? So I'm gonna finish this real quick. Hit the mobility, and then we'll get into the workout. All right, the Rice Krispies done. Now we're gonna do a little dry scoop. So let me show you guys how to dry scoop like a professional, all right? So first, you need the water ready to go, all right? Because if this is not ready to go, you're cooked. You're gonna be there with powder in your mouth and just not having a good time. So we need this ready to go, or else you're screwed. Like I said, 300 milligrams, so we're gonna do like half a scoop, because yeah, I'm trying to like keep my heart working. Don't really want it to explode. So about half a scoop should be good. It's already kind of late in the day too. Let me see what time it is. It's not late in the day, but if I usually have caffeine after 1 o'clock, I have a hard time sleeping. So it's just 12:53. So let's hit this real quick. All right. So again, liquid is ready. All right. It has to be ready or you're done for. Okay. So here we go.
And that's how it's done. All right. The other thing I will say, you got to open your mouth wide or else you're done for. Also, you might spill everywhere. So make sure that your mouth is open wide. Pause. All right. So that's the pre-workout snack. We got the dry scoop in, about 150 milligrams of caffeine. Like I said, we're doing a full upper body day, chest, shoulders, back, arms. I'm gonna start with chest, alternate between chest and back, and then we'll get into the shoulder portion, and then we'll do the arm portion at the end. So again, I'm gonna start with this incline Smith machine. We're gonna start actually right before that, we're gonna do some mobility on these cables here. I'll show you guys exactly what I do, just to keep the rotator cuff nice and warm. I've had a lot of, past issues with my rotator cuff, but honestly, ever since I've started doing the mobility stuff, it pretty much has mitigated it for the most part. So that's the plan, full upper, let's get into it. So for the actual mobility, I like to do these external rotations facing this way. We'll do about 12 on both sides. We're not in a rush doing these. You really want to just get the blood flow there. So don't go super fast when you do these. Try and just really control it and feel it here in this back area of your shoulder. All right, over the top, here, boom. This one I feel the most activation back there. After these, it's usually good to go. A little of these, some of these. All right, and we're pretty much ready to rock here. Perfect. Finding the sweet spot for this can be quite the task, but I think we got it. Yep. All right, so for the first compound of each workout, what I like to do is 3 warm-up sets. The first warm-up set, 12 reps of some pretty light weight around your 30 rep max. The second warm-up set, we're gonna do 8 reps. It's around your 20 rep max. And then the third set, we're gonna do a heavier set, closer to the actual working set of 4 reps. So your body's just nice and primed, kind of knows what it's about to take on. So yeah, we're gonna do these 3 warm-ups, 12, 8, 4, and then we'll get into the actual working weight. Here we go. So I actually want to show you guys the whole warm-up because I do think it's so important. I see so many people just go straight into some heavy weight, and in my opinion, I do think it's a little bit dangerous. On top of that, I also think that when you do the proper warm-up, you're actually stronger when you start your working sets. So, I mean, why would you not do it? If you want to perform better, then by warming up properly, you're gonna perform better. So it's not only just like a risk management type of thing. It's also like we're gonna perform better if we're properly warmed up, so why not do it? I get it if you're in a time crunch and things like that, stuff happens, but generally we do wanna do proper warm up. So I just did that set of 12, we're gonna do a set of 8, and then we'll do a set of 4, and then we're good to go. So again, with these sets, you are not taking them anywhere near failure, not even close. So like I said, first set, we're going to 12, and that's around your 30 rep max. Second set, we're going to 8, that's around your 20 rep max. Last one, 4 reps, pretty damn close to your working weight. I would say between a 6 to 10 rep max, and then you go into it. So now I'm gonna do 4 at the weight that's close to the actual working weight, and then we'll get into the set. I know it's a little bit time consuming, but again, if you are serious about the gym and you want to perform the best, then you're going to need to do things that make you perform the best. Okay, last one, 4 reps. I'm doing 2 plates for my actual working weight. Is a plate, a 25 and a 10, so we're pretty close. another 10 on each side and we're at the working weight, so another 20 pounds and we're at the actual real working weight, which is gonna be 2 plates. So we're just gonna do 4, again, not training to failure, a nice 4 and we go. Also, you don't need to rest too long between these between the warm-up sets. When you wanna rest is after you finish the warm-up, then you wanna rest 1.5 to 2 minutes. At least that's what I do and that's what helps me perform the best. So last warm-up. Perfect. All right, we're ready to go. 2 plates, here we go. All right, plates are acquired. Like I said, we're gonna rest 1 minute to 2 minutes. It's been about a minute. I'm gonna give myself closer to 2, just so I can perform a little bit better. Usually when you rest a little bit longer, you tend to get a little bit more energy. So yeah, we're gonna go more closer to the 2-minute mark. And we're gonna see how many we can get. So here's the thing, with compounds like this, what's worked for me a lot, and a lot of the people that I work with, my clients, we like to stay between 6 to 10 reps, okay, for the heavier compound sets. 6 to 10 reps, okay, for each set. And then we'll do about 2 sets of those, and then we will go into a lighter back off set for 12 to 15. Those first 2 sets are more of like a strength, definitely still hypertrophy, but 6 to 10 is definitely in the, you know, medium rep range, and that's gonna help build a lot of strength. So that's why I like to keep those in there. And then that last set, that's more of like a back off set. It's like a full burnout set. You're also choosing a little bit of a lighter weight so you can control it a little bit more. And really just kind of burn out the area you're trying to target. What's cool too is that when you train heavy first and then you go to a lighter set, your brain's kind of like, oh, like, whoa, this is like a lot lighter, and you can kind of connect a bit more with the area you're trying to actually target. At least that's what's worked for me. So definitely give it a try if you haven't. 2 heavy sets, 1 back off set, 6 to 10 for the 2 heavy, and then 12 to 15 for the 3rd set, okay? And this is for compound exercises. For isolations, it's gonna be a little bit different. Compound exercises are the ones like your bench presses, your squats, exercises that use a lot of muscles in the same movement. So, all right, let's get this working set. It's been about 2 minutes. Let's go. Let's see what we're made of today, boys and girls. Let's see what we're made of. I really wanna get at least 6, so we'll see. One more. All right, we got 6. We will take those. Considering we just started the cut, we will take those. For the heavier compound sets that I was talking about, I definitely like to rest anywhere between 1 minute, 30 seconds to 2 minutes. But the rep range I want to stay in is 6 to 10, right? So I just did barely 6 with this. Will I be able to get 6 again? Probably not. So what I'm gonna do is make it just a little bit lighter, and again, try and stay in that 6 to 10 rep range. And then on the 3rd set, definitely make it a lot lighter and go for 12 to 15. Another thing I wanted to talk about is your workout split. A full upper body day really only makes sense in a couple different workout splits, or if you really just don't have a lot of time to train. Throwing a day in like this where you literally hit every muscle group in the same day is huge. So in like the split I'm doing right now, the workout split I'm doing, which is basically just a fancy term for what day am I training what muscle group, I'm doing Monday push, Tuesday pull, Wednesday legs, then I'm resting on Thursday, then I'm doing a full upper body day on Friday, which is today, then a full lower body day on Saturday, which is tomorrow, and then resting on Sunday. So how many days you're willing to train is gonna determine what workouts you're gonna do on each day, right? So if you're willing to train 6 days per week, you're gonna be able to have a lot of variety in your workout split. If you're training 2 days per week, I mean, you gotta, you know, basically do full body both times because you gotta get the volume in, right? The amount of sets and reps that you need to do for the week is gonna be, you know, dependent on your workout split, right? So if you're training 2 days per week, there's gonna need to be a lot of volume. 3 days per week, again, still pretty high volume. 4 days per week, now we're getting a little bit more flexibility. 5 days per week, a lot of flexibility. 6 days per week, huge amount of flexibility. So just be smart when you choose your actual workout split. You should choose your workout split according to like your lifestyle and how many days you can train in the gym. So choose your workout split smart. For me, I love to train a lot, so a 5-day split or a 6-day split is usually my favorite thing to do. In my opinion, this split I think is probably the best split that I've seen results with. Especially as a natural bodybuilder like myself, I feel like the rest days are so important because you gotta recover. You know, you don't have the extra help of, you know, some performance enhancers that probably make you recover faster, right? So you gotta be smarter. So 2 heavy sets done. Now I lightened it up. We're gonna do a lighter set for 12 to 15 reps. I also just wanna say, you know, one of the seriously, I tell my clients this all the time, I tell everyone this that is new to working out, just in general, like, even people that aren't new to working out, I tell them this too, like, training to failure, proximity to failure is really what's gonna drive the most growth. So if you're in the gym and you're not training to failure, or at least damn close to failure, it's not that you're wasting your time, but you're just not getting the most out of your workout. You know, if you still have some in the tank for each set, again, you're really not gonna get the most muscle stimulation as you would if you train to failure. So if there's one thing you can do when you go into the gym to see freaking results, man, train close to failure. Train close to failure. So let's do this lighter set and then we'll move on to some back. Okay, so we did the first chest workout. Now we're gonna go into the first back workout. And I'm gonna do a variation of a pull down, probably underhand. I've been loving underhand lately. I've been feeling it a lot in my lats, mainly because you're able to bring your elbows closer to your lats, which is gonna activate a little bit more lat. It's also gonna use a lot of bicep. Not a lot of bicep, but definitely more bicep than a regular pull down. So yeah, that's why I've been liking these. Just get a little bit more volume to the biceps and just a nice variation. Can't go wrong. So what I wanna do is actually sit all the way back in the seat. So this motion in front of you like this is definitely gonna use a lot more lats than if I was scooted in like this here. Should be more trap, upper back. So here, this plane of motion is definitely gonna be more lats. So that's what we're gonna do. Here, I think I need to lower the seat a little bit. Just a smidge. Yeah, that should be good. We'll start here. So I did a similar warm-up range here for this exercise. My body's already pretty freaking warm from the incline dumbbell. I didn't do quite as many warm-ups for this one, but I still did 2 warm-ups, 1 lightweight and then 1 close to the working weight. So this is gonna be my working weight. Again, compound exercise 6 to 10, 2 sets of that. After that, we do a set of 12 to 15. So 2 sets heavy, 1 set lighter and controlled. All right, so this is gonna be the first working set. I'm gonna definitely train close to failure here and go 6 to 10. Here we go. Oh, all right. That was 10. Solid 10. Definitely 2 failure or right next to it, so that was good. So something I want to share about the lat pull downs in general, what I see a lot of people doing, they will do the lat pull down, they'll come down, and then they'll stop shy of full stretch and then just come down again. So instead of that, just fully stretch at the top here where your lats are just in their full stretch capacity. Under load, we love that. Pause. No, but for real, we definitely do like that. We're gonna go all the way up and all the way down every time. Don't skimp out on your range of motion. And that goes with every exercise. You definitely wanna use a weight that you can control and a weight that you can do full range of motion the whole time, for the most part. I would say 90% of the reps that you do should be damn near perfect. All right, back offset, here we go. 12 to 15, something light. Two more. Oh my God. Honestly, I think the back offsets are my favorite ones, just because you can feel them so much more, honestly. It's a little bit lighter, so you can control a little bit more. Yeah, and it honestly is harder than the first two, the first heavy ones, because there's just not as many reps, so you're just not suffering as long on the first two, but definitely worth to do a back offset for sure. Wait, you like the clean shave? Oh. All right, so for the second chest exercise, we're doing a good old fashioned barbell bench press. So on the upper body days, I'll typically do two chest exercises, two back exercises, then about 3 shoulder exercises and 2 arm exercises that are typically supersetted. So this is the second chest exercise. We're gonna do 1 more back and then finish the rest of the workout. All right, just 1 more warm up and then we'll do the actual working weight. So with the barbell bench press too, I see a lot of people get carried away with bouncing it off their chest, which obviously you can do more weight if you do that, but we're in it to grow the most, at least for myself, I'm in it to grow the most amount of, to grow the most amount of muscle possible. So what I like to do is just add a pause at the bottom. So when I press, I'm not using momentum, I'm just using my chest, obviously a little bit of shoulders, a little bit of triceps. That's just part of the exercise, but adding that pause definitely makes it a lot harder. So that's why I like to do that, and that's why you should probably do that too. Working set. So an exercise that I've liked to do for the rowing portion of my back, I've been doing a lot of standing barbell rows. I feel like these help me target my rhomboids, which is like more in the center, upper middle back. Well, not too upper, but definitely up there. And then also my erectors, so like the filet mignons of your back, these definitely will light those up. And I've heard that I need some work in that area, so that's why I do these. And I can really feel it in that area. So there's a couple things that I like to pay attention to when I do these is keeping a neutral spine and also keeping your back relatively parallel to the ground, because then the gravity, when you're pulling the weight, is actually going to target those areas I just talked about, so the rhomboids and the erectors. Definitely some upper back involvement too, but yeah, let me show you guys what I'm talking about. So I'll go about shoulder width on these. And we're gonna stay relatively parallel to the ground the whole time. So here, pull, down, stretching, stretching, pull, down, 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 stretching, pull. 6 to 10. I lost count, but let's go. Again, these light up those erectors and the rhomboids. So I really like doing them. I don't know if you noticed either, but there wasn't a lot of swaying when I'm doing the actual rep. I'm not really going up and down too much with my torso. By not doing that, you're gonna use a lot less momentum and you're gonna be able to recruit more muscles in the area that we actually wanna target. So try not to sway on these. Probably go lighter than normal, than usual on these, because the second you start going too heavy, you're gonna start swaying a lot. So just keep that in mind. We're gonna do 2 more sets of these, 1 more 6 to 10, and then 1 more 12 to 15. All right. Oh my God. These will definitely cook you, make you a little bit lightheaded, but it's all part of the process. Definitely close to failure there, so that's what we wanted. Again, training close to failure is more than half the battle here. So make sure you guys train close to failure. If you're leaving 4, 5, 6 reps in the tank, I'm sorry, but you're not trying hard enough. You're not. So I don't say that in a mean way. I just mean that in an honest way, honestly. So 1 more of these, and then we'll do some shoulders. And then, yeah, a little bit of arms. When I first met this guy,
I used to be big.
when I first met this guy, he literally walked in the gym. Hold on, Lethan, I need you. He walked in the gym like this. Hey, what's up, dude? My name's Gabe. Are you working out today?
No, I already worked out.
What did you train?
What'd I do today? Oh, legs, bro.
Legs?
Leg mobility day.
Are we sure? What happened? The med balls? Yeah. Are they not there? No. Oh, shit. Oh, wait, those ones?
Wait, where? Oh.
Okay, first of the shoulder work, we are doing some side laterals, my boy. So I recently learned a new tech with the side laterals, all right? I typically like to keep my arms super straight like this, but Hani Rambod, one of the GOATs, I saw in a video, he was saying to keep your elbows over your wrists. So don't let your elbows fall below your wrists. So you see how my wrists are higher than my elbows here? So if we keep the elbows above the wrist, it should look more like this, right? Keeping the chest tall too. Honestly, when I do it this way, I do feel it so much more. You can't go nearly as heavy, but you do feel it a lot more. So we're gonna do it like this time. Elbows stay high, wrists stay lower than the elbows. Boom. All right, first working set. We're gonna go, okay, so this is an isolation, right? I was telling you guys I like to approach the isolations differently than the compounds. So for the isolations, I like to stay between 12 and 15 reps. So since this is an isolation, we're gonna stay 12 to 15 reps, and we're gonna do 12 to 15 for all 3 sets. In my opinion, and some of the research I've done, the isolations or the smaller muscle groups respond better to higher repetitions. So I like to apply that to my isolation work. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go 12 to 15 here. Ooh. These, I feel like, look so awkward when you're doing them this way, but honestly, as long as we're feeling the tension in the side delt, I really don't care how I look. I think that was 9, 10, 11, 12, we probably do 15, 13, 14, 15. Also on the isolation work, I don't like to rest too long, anywhere from 45 seconds to 1:15 max, and then going straight into it. They recover a lot faster than a compound would, so we're gonna keep it that way. The rest relatively short, and the reps pretty high. Second thing for the shoulders, actually only really doing 2 shoulder exercises today. One for the side delts, which we just did with the side lateral, and one for the rear delts, which we're gonna do right now on the reverse pec deck. I actually learned from my buddy Gabe that you just saw, or maybe you didn't see, I might include it, I might not, because he's a little sus. No, but anyways, I learned from Gabe, you kind of want to lean forward when you do these. You're leaning forward, and your butt's in the back of the seat for whatever reason, I don't know the exact mechanics behind that, but I feel like I feel it way more when I'm leaning forward doing these as opposed to being straight up parallel. But when I lean forward, I think it's something about taking your traps out of the exercise that does that. Again, I'm not entirely sure. So yeah, leaning forward definitely helps me feel it a lot. So that's what we're gonna do with these. We're gonna lean forward, and we're also gonna imagine we're trying to scoop as far out as we can. Mike Israetel and Jeff Nippert always talk about this analogy where pretending you have shovels, and then you're trying to scoop as much money here with the shovels. There's money all around you, and you wanna scoop the money. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. Yeah, okay, we'll go a little bit heavier, because if I don't, then I'm gonna have to do 20 reps. The other pointer too that I have for you guys is, which Gabe also taught me, you wanna push down on these handles when you do it. So you're pushing down and then scooping out as far as you can, leaning forward, and yeah, you'll feel it a lot more in your rear delts if you do it that way. Again, isolation exercises, we are staying in the 12 to 15 rep range for all 3 sets. All right, so here we go, 12 to 15. Ooh. Ooh. 10, 2 more. Ah! So the battery on my camera is actually running a little bit low. So I'm just gonna quickly show you guys what I do for arms. On this day, I typically like to superset the arm portion. So I'll do a bicep and a tricep exercise combined. Or else we're just gonna be here for 2 hours, and we don't wanna be here for 2 hours. So I'm gonna combine 4 total exercises, so 2 supersets, 1 tricep, 1 bicep, 1 tricep, 1 bicep, and we're gonna do them back to back. So I'll show you guys what that looks like. Again, staying in the 12 to 15 rep range for both of them. Ideally picking exercises that you can do next to each other, so you don't have to go across the gym to do your tricep and across the gym to do your bicep. So try and be smart with which ones you select. Yeah, and don't pick ones that are like super far away from each other, else it's gonna get taken by someone else, right? I'm a little spoiled and I have a private gym I can train at, but that might not be the case for you. So when you choose your supersets, make sure that they can be done next to each other. We're gonna do Bayesian curls on the cables, and then I'm gonna move one of these all the way down and do overhead tricep extension. So this is probably my 2 favorite bicep and tricep exercises to do. I love Bayesian curls, honestly. I got these from Jeff Nippert and Mike Israetel. What's cool about it is that you're training your biceps in this stretch position the whole time. So big stretch under load. And honestly, when you do these for the first time, your biceps the next day, the next couple days, dude, they're absolutely cooked. So I highly recommend. So here, take a step forward. Also, when you set up, you want this to be wrist height, okay? So here we go. This will be the first set, just a warm up, honestly, and then we'll go into it. 12 to 15 reps always, remember, with the isolations. That's the way I like to do it, at least. There's, a million ways to skin a cat, but this is the way I like to do it. There's a lot of things you can do, and I would encourage you actually to experiment with other rep ranges. This is just what's worked for me, so try other things. See how your body responds, see how sore you're getting, see if you're getting a good pump. Just experiment. I've experimented a lot, and this is what I've found works the most for me. So I'm gonna do the Bayesian curls, and then I'll do the overhead tricep, and then we're gonna do a pump check after that. We'll do a pump check, and then, I'll show you guys what I'm gonna eat afterwards. So here's the overhead that I like to do. All the way down, full stretch, and up. Don't let your hands touch when you do these. So I see a lot of people doing this where their hands are touching the whole time. That actually makes it a lot easier. So keep it separate the whole time. Boom. Focus on a nice athletic contraction and a slow, controlled stretch. Pausing at the bottom. Just like that. 12 to 15. Honestly, low key, the lighting here is pretty ridiculous. So it's kind of what we're looking at right now. I am 1 week into the cut and I'm feeling a little bulky right now. I'm not going to lie, but it's all good. Feel good. Just adjust this. Okay, just had to adjust the light really quick, but let's run through some poses. I'm not the best at posing, but here's what we're looking like 1 week into the cut. So a little side chest. Again, not the best at posing, but we're gonna do our best here. Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay. Lat spread here. Not bad. Feeling strong though. Okay, front double bicep. Ooh. Back up a little bit here. Ooh. Yeah, feeling pretty good. This one's pretty cool too. I like this pose. I'm not the best at it, but it is fun to do. See the shoulders really well. Not bad. Not bad. We will take those. Yeah. To be honest, I'm pretty happy with the progress so far. All right, so I just finished editing the cheat meal content that's vertical and not landscape. But before I show you guys and before we watch it together, I kind of just want to talk about cheat meals in general and why I was able to enjoy that cheat meal guilt-free. So throughout that week, I was in a heavy caloric deficit. Not crazy heavy, but definitely a noticeable caloric deficit, around 300 to 500 calories daily. So if we add that up throughout the week, 7 days, let's just call it 400, 7 times 4, that is 28. So 2,800 calories. That's 2,800 calories that I was in a deficit of. So the first thing was obviously, well, not obviously, because you guys don't know, but I didn't eat all of the food that I ordered. I ordered a good amount of food that you're about to see right now, but I didn't eat every last bite. So I had discipline when it came to that. On top of that, that specific day when I did have that cheat meal, I did a full upper body workout and the intensity was very high. On top of that, I did 30 minutes of cardio on the stairs when I typically do 25 minutes of cardio on the incline treadmill. So the damage from the cheat meal was no damage at all because I was actually in a heavy caloric deficit. I didn't eat all of the food that I ordered and I did a little bit of extra movement for that day. So after that, I weighed myself the next day and the weight was actually down. So what does that tell me? That tells me that I burned more calories than what I consumed. So cheat meal, yes, it was different foods than I normally eat and it was typically, unhealthier food, but it was, a earned cheat meal. And this is what I like to preach to my clients. This is what I like to preach to everybody. You can still enjoy these foods if you do it correctly. Okay, and it is a cheat meal, it's not a cheat day. So remember that it's just a singular meal, not, meals throughout the day. I mean, unless you don't care about your goals and you just want to eat like crap all the time, I mean, that's on you. But for me, being healthy is really important. It's definitely part of my job. And on top of that, I just love it. It's something that I like to do daily, is live a healthy lifestyle. So let's get into the actual cheat meal food. I had a lot of good food that I want to show you guys. So let's get into that and I'll show you guys right now. One thing quickly, right before I was going to show you guys the screen recording, the cheat meal too, it needs to be used wisely as far as like, if you are in deep into your diet and you're just so diet fatigued, a cheat meal can come in and really help you out there as far as mentally. I've seen some things online that it, can boost your metabolism after being in, a deficit for so long. Like you give your body, more calories and it will fire up your metabolism. I'm not quite sure that that works. I can't say that that's what's worked for me, but you know, there's a lot of bodybuilders and a lot of people online that will say that's part of it, but I don't like to rely on that. I like to kind of plan the cheat meals around how many calories I've burned throughout that week, and if I've been good on my diet, and or I'm just mentally fatigued from my meal plans. But to be honest, that just doesn't really happen because I always program food that I actually like to eat. You know, fruits, meats, veggies, and you know, a little treat here and there. So it doesn't really happen to me. But when people go on these really restrictive diets, that's when it can, you know, become an issue. So the whole eating the extra calories to boost your metabolism, I don't really personally believe that. I'd be interested to see if there is any like scientific data on that, or like, yeah, I guess scientific data or research. That would be cool. Then like, you know, I would definitely incorporate them maybe a bit more, or at least have another reason to incorporate them for myself and my clients. So yeah, that's the last thing I'll say about the cheat meal, you know, philosophy or strategies, if you will. So let's get into the actual screen recording. All right, so I started the screen recording. We're gonna go through them together, like I said, and 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so this was me trying to get a thumbnail for the actual YouTube video. You can see my face. I'm just trying to get a cool thumbnail. All right, so these were the chicken bacon ranch fries. It came with breaded chicken. It comes with waffle fries and bacon, ranch, and chives on top. And you guys have had Chick-fil-A fries, obviously, and waffle fries are straight up goated. Oh, and there's actually cheese on here too. So anything you could ask for on a, you know, chicken bacon ranch. Let's see my reaction here. Okay, yeah, eyes are closed, heads back. We're absolutely loving it. Yeah, those were really good. Oh, this was the peach tea. Definitely super gas. It was like a nice palate cleanse between all the bites of food I had, and they were honestly really good. Oh, these were the wings. This was the Korean-inspired wing right here. And this was the honey barbecue wing right here. And I think I start, yeah, with this Korean one. I really like the flavors. It was definitely like Korean vibes for sure. A lot of meat on those wings, super good. And then this was the honey barbecue wing here. I am a sucker for honey barbecue, so I think I definitely like that one the most. And then, yeah, wash it down with the pickle here. I'm definitely team pickle. Pause. No, but pickles are fire. And this one was the buffalo bird. So it comes with ranch, some shredded onions. I had to actually go with the second bite because the first bite was definitely a little sus. My face was a mess, so we went with the second bite. That one was really good. It's a fried chicken sandwich. It's delicious. Has all the fixings. This one, the Nashville hot chicken sandwich, bro. The spices on this one were actually insane. I've had this one before. All the other food I've never had, but I've had this one before, and I mean, look at the reaction. Dude, it was so good. It's a little spicy, so you can tell them no spice or just very minimal spice, but so good. Like you can just see there, it's so, so good. Really well-balanced flavors, crunchy, wash it down with a little bit of peach tea. Come on. All right, so this was a massive sleeper pick, massive. This was the cheese curds, okay? And dude, you dip these in ranch and honestly, incredible. So much flavor. I was like shocked. I was shocked because that little breading on the outside, I think I have a clip of it right here. That little breading on the outside, yeah, I'm just like amazed. So like, yeah, the breading on the outside had so much flavor. Definitely a massive sleeper pick. I would 10 out of 10 recommend the cheese curds. So yeah, just me ranting about the cheese curds, and then yeah, that was everything that I had. That's the screen recording, and it was honestly so good. The place that I went to is called Cluck Kitchen. It's in Orange County. It's right next to John Wayne Airport, if you know where that is. Yeah, just phenomenal fried chicken food. Definitely, you know, American style food. Pretty caloric, obviously. It's a cheat day. It's a cheat meal. Sorry, not cheat day. It's a cheat meal. So it's pretty caloric, I would say. But, you know, if you do it right, you can definitely enjoy your cheat meals. So that's honestly the video, guys. That's everything that I had to share with you on my first YouTube video. I had a lot of fun making it, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. It is a little bit of a longer format, but if you did enjoy it, you know, do all those good things, like, subscribe, and you know, I'll definitely be making more of these videos. I don't know how frequent, but at least going to try and film content for it once a week. And yeah, make other content out of it too. So I appreciate you guys. If you've made it this far in the video, drop a comment, drop a like, subscribe, all those good things. And I'll see you guys in the next one.